Good morning. We're live on Facebook. I'm so happy you're joining me today. You may be wondering about today's title, What Do Bachelors in Happiness Have in Common? This is a recording that immediately follows the recording from last Friday, where we read the 5 things that contribute directly to changing your level of happiness. And if you recall, there were several of them that were super simple to do. 1, write down 3 things you're grateful for. 2, support other people in your community or in your work community. 3, write down something that was a positive experience from the last 24 hours, etc., etc. And I was going to talk today about the one that made the biggest difference. And what does that have to do with bachelors? I will tell you. I live with 2 bachelors. One is 12 and one is 7. And the most dramatic thing about living with them is that you can see what they've done within a given period of time based on what is left behind. So, for example, when I walk into the bedroom, I can see who's in bed and who's out of bed based on where the blankets are, and the bed's not made and it's empty. That means they're out of bed. That's a good sign, but the blankets are generally on the floor. So that's one indicator of their status. Hey Desmond, thanks for joining me today. Another thing, so they're leaving something behind, which is a really obvious thing. I stepped into the bathroom this morning and found a pair of underwear on the floor. So I know that one made it to the bathroom, and I know that he's no longer in the bathroom. So the bed is empty and the bathroom is empty, and I can see what happened in the bathroom. Number 2, I can walk into the bedroom and see that there are pajamas on the floor in front of the dresser, which means they've gotten dressed. So they're not in the bedroom, they're not in the bathroom, and they're not in the bedroom, but I can see each step they took on their path to make it to the kitchen and eat breakfast. If when I walk into the kitchen, the breakfast plates are empty or mostly empty and still on the table, that is a sign that they've eaten breakfast. Okay, so that's the story of my bachelors. What does that have to do with happiness? It has to do with the one thing that created the greatest change in the happiness factor for individuals. And what it is leaving trails behind to indicate your former happy state. So when you support your community, when you provide encouragement, when you do something within your community, for example, smile at someone at the drinking fountain, let someone else go in line in front of you when you're getting coffee, buy someone's coffee, send a nice email, whatever it is. When you do that, you are leaving a trail of breadcrumbs that increases your happiness. And when others see you, they can feel, sense, and understand that you are sowing the seeds and leaving a trail of happiness, which dramatically affects your own state of happiness. So as you give happiness, you're actually demonstrating to other people your happy state and positively influencing them into a happier state as well. That's the top happiness formula that makes the biggest difference and the biggest impact on your happiness. Which one will you practice today? On Wednesday, I'm going to discuss why exactly it is demonstrating and showing happiness and kindness to others around you is the one thing that provides the most benefit in our lives. Thanks for joining me, Jane. I hope everyone had a great Easter. We enjoyed it ourselves. And until Wednesday, I encourage you to think head-wise, feel heart-wise, and move body-wise.